I want to show you a really quick way to calculate how wide your dispersion is so that you can use that for your course management strategy. Here's a typical dispersion pattern for a 10 handicapper hitting 3-wood. Most people, when they try and calculate how wide their dispersion is, they basically just look at the furthest shot that they hit left, the furthest shot that they hit right, and they measure the distance in between. Now, this is not great because typically those shots on either side are more your outliers. So if you try and draw a circle around all of your outlier shots, you're going to get this massive dispersion circle that's not really useful. I mean, in this particular example, we're talking about a 200-yard spread in between those two shots. Good luck ever finding a hole where you can fit a 200-yard circle in between two obstacles, right? So here's a better way to think about this, because frankly, those outlier shots, they don't have to happen that often. I want you to do this instead. Every launch monitor I've worked with gives you two numbers. First is your average offline or average side. That's how far left, right your shots typically go from where you're trying to hit it. The second number, and this widely underutilized number, is called consistency. That's that plus or minus number in the bottom right-hand corner of that data tile. Consistency is another name for standard deviation. In statistics terms, are effectively how big is your miss. So to find the width of your dispersion, here's what I want you to do. Take that consistency number and I want you to multiply it by 2. You then add and subtract that from your average, and that gets you the range in which 95% of my shots will land. So if I have an average offline of say 5 yards to the right, and I've got a consistency number of 15 yards, multiply consistency by 2, that's 30. Add and subtract it from 5. That means you've got a range from 25 yards left to 35 yards right in which 95% of your shots will land. Now, here's why that works. This is a bell curve, right? Right in the middle is your average, and then each dotted line on the right and left is a standard deviation. So effectively what we did is we took 1, 2 standard deviation to the right, 1, 2 standard deviations to the left. And based off of basic statistical principles, you can see that between those two numbers is where 95% of your shots will go.